There she is. There she is. You didn't even. I barely even got started in your call. I was wondering how early into the podcast is Heidi going to call today?
Dude, so here's the dealio. Like, if you can interrupt my Pilates routine, I can interrupt your pre-production.
I appreciate you. I encourage it, so it's okay.
So, I have come up with a new nickname for myself, which we certainly do not ever have to speak publicly, but I am the Ninja Gravity Surfer.
The Ninja Gravity Surfer.
All it took was 5 years of consistent Pilates practice.
The what? The Ninja Gravity Surfer.
I'm the Ninja Gravity Surfer. Dude, okay, so all you got to do is feel it. You really can just feel the gravity. So way out here on the fucking skinny branches first thing Monday morning, but I got to tell you, I just want to share that with you to encourage you to keep punching the bags, doing whatever you're doing to get yourself fit.
Yeah.
As our bodies are under the effects of gravity over the years, there's nothing we can do about it except the best we can inside of it, right?
No, you're right, 100%.
So my balance is like level stupid. I'm like, that's why while I was doing one of my stretches, holding on to the door frame,
yeah,
I can let go. It took me probably, 4.5 years to be able to fully let go after I get myself into position. And now I can just fucking surf the gravity. So I'm now the Ninja Gravity Surfer.
I used to have really good balance. Now, I'm a little top heavy. The ankles are a little weak, so it's a balancing act to have good balance now. But I'll tell you what, though, I came out of April in good shape. I just wrapped up all veggie April, no alcohol April, and I feel great. I'm going to stay down that path for sure. And the working out thing, like I'm definitely. I'm not as active as I want to be, but I'm getting there. So I'm taking those baby steps,
All right, well, I'll let you get going on your new fun play thing that you got going here. Rock on with your bad self. You interrupted me, so I interrupted you.
All right, sounds good. Sorry about that notification once again.
You're not even a fun. Right. It was like, fuck that. I went and checked my phone on the charger. I'm like, I wonder what time he's going to start.
Then
I picked up my phone, brought it down by my mat, and I was like, oh, here we go.
I feel like I got to apologize to everybody for those notifications.
Yeah. The hardcore fans get all giddy about it, and I'm one of those.
Well, I don't know how many of you there are, but I love you.
Sorry, dude. You know what I mean when I say I love you? So listen, just keep doing what you're doing. People will catch up.
I know.
Okay.
It's all fun. It's all fun and games. All right. Thanks, Heidi. Take it easy.
Welcome. Bye.
And that covers all veggie April. Although I will say, I totally, when was it? May 1st. Wasn't April anymore. I made these plans like 2 weeks. I knew exactly what I was going to eat. I make this awesome burger, and I made that. It's a pork sausage and ground beef mixture, blue cheese, Levi's bacon that he makes on top. Holy fuck. I made that plus some, I was like, you know what? I am rewarding myself for this fantastically productive, healthy month of April that I had, the most healthy month of my entire life, mentally and physically, I will say. I totally said, I'm going to have a brownie sundae with peanut butter sauce and hot fudge. But then back on that train, the same train I was on, I'm gradually bringing meat back in. And it's almost like a reward kind of thing where I did, I ate really well for a month, or like a week or something. Then, maybe I'm going to have a steak or something like that. And even more gradually after that. I don't know. Just it's the best way. I love eating healthy the way I've been eating, like fucking celery and carrots with hummus, a little bit here and there every couple hours, maybe some chips with some salsa a couple hours later, handful of almonds. I know it sounds stupid, but God, I really prefer this snacking sort of way to eat. And I'm feeling great, losing weight. So I'm going to stay on that train. All right. I am pretty sure that this video is out of South Africa, and it is one of the more insane videos I've seen. These guys, I think, are driving an armored vehicle, doing some sort of like cash delivery, and they're just driving along when they're about to get ambushed. You want to talk about keeping your cool? I'm sure these guys are both trained. You can tell. And the pucker factor is about to go up to about level 11 any moment. If you ever wondered what gunshots sound like when bullets hit your vehicle, and you can see that he notices guys are coming up behind him. He's like, oh, this looks different. Oh my God. See the glass break, but it's armored. That is, honestly, it is such a skill, like good evasive driving. I actually had to learn that before and apply it when I was in the Army training. How would I apply evasive driving in training? It's called good training. Man. I don't know where they end up, if they ended up at the destination they were supposed to originally end up at, which they will in a few minutes. Because this whole video, I don't know, was 6 or 7 minutes long.
They're gonna shoot. They're gonna fucking shoot.
Oh man, it's several vehicles that are taking part in this ambush.
Found Robbie. Found Robbie. Found Josh. Ask him where they are.
I think they're talking about backup. I don't know how many. There's several vehicles chasing these guys, taking shots at them every once in a while.
Fucking shooting. He's lateral.
Whew. Oh, I feel like they're hung up for a second, man. What terrible situation that'd be. Oh yeah, they were totally hung. Now, one of the robbers died in this, and I don't know if, then it's over now. I don't know if one of the occupants of the armored car died, but I know one of the robbers died. Man, that's a great example of just keeping your cool. I was reading this story about forged COVID vaccine cards, and I'm like, oh, of course that's going to be a thing. Of course it's going to be a thing. The headline specifically is pro-Trump website forums are, there's all kinds of directions all over the place to forge COVID vaccine cards. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I was looking because I got shot number 1, the Moderna shot, and I didn't think it at the time. I don't know how I didn't think it, but I'm like, oh, of course somebody's going to fucking make these and forge these, because all kinds of people are starting to ask for them. There's actually another story that I was looking at, didn't get it for the podcast, about there will be employers that require a vaccine to work there. I don't know how this is going to go, but they look so easy. There's going to be so much of that. It's like, woo! Get on for the ride. The story is out of Arkansas, but first of all, this has nothing to do with the story other than the story came from Great Britain, so it sounds like a British story, and I was surprised it came out of the United States, although it is actually in Arkansas, where a 19-year-old woman named Madison, she was looking for an apartment, and the apartment she ended up in, she skipped the viewing of the property. She signed the papers without actually seeing the place. So when she moved in, she moved all of her stuff in. At some point, the first day, she took a selfie of herself at the new place, and it was such and such senior citizens apartment sign. She'd moved into her retirement home. Now, here's the thing. And Madison is 100% on board. She said, this is fantastic. She posted some selfie video. It says, how's life at the old folks' home, you might ask? Let me show you. When I get home, it's always super quiet because most of my neighbors are asleep by the time I get home. But one major perk is that I can play music whenever I want to because nobody can hear it. Another fun thing about living in the old folks' home is I can always hear about the tea in town, too. Another fun thing is whenever I get to come home after a long day, everyone asks how I'm doing. Anyway, that's my life going on here at the old folks home. And just remember, if you're struggling with rent, start your early retirement. Dude, that's so funny. Somebody asked her, they're like, how do you even get away with like living at the retirement home? They're like, it's equal opportunity housing. It's $350 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment. That is amazing. Honestly, I could see Brother Levi. Brother Levi is the old man vibe. I could see that dude moving into a retirement home at age 40 and just going fishing. Man, this story, of course, is out of Florida, and it's just one of those, you had one job sort of thing. You had one job. You see these things all the time. It's spelled school. S-C-H-O-O-L. School. Why? That is honestly one of the easiest things to see. Nobody else could see what you were doing either? There was only one person doing that? Somebody else had to see that. That's either A, somebody who doesn't speak the language, which in that case, it's probably at least understandable. B, public schools failing like a motherfucker. Or 3, somebody hates their boss or doesn't give a fuck about their job. Take some pride in your work, man. Wow. Skull. That's the best fail in a long time. It's honestly one of those things there's zero excuse for. You're either illiterate or you're an a-hole. Whew, there's no in between on that one. This video is out of Chile and is one of the fucking greatest things I've ever seen. Man, not great, because somebody's getting robbed, okay? Let me just get that out of the way. Somebody's getting robbed. You want to talk about quick thinking and 100% committing to what you're doing, because this guy is pumping gas, and it's a great fucking, great example that don't ever try to rob somebody if they're pumping gas, because shit like this happens. Thank you, security camp, for seeing this, by the way. Just pumping my own gas. Oh, these guys come out and try to rob me? What do I got? I'm an old lady, or I can't tell if it's an old lady or old man. Oh, just take some gas in the van. Honestly, even if you were, because those guys are 100% stupid. Man, this is honestly the funnest video of all time. I could probably watch this on loop. Just a bunch of dummies. Even if they had guns, you can't shoot when you're getting sprayed with gasoline because kaboom! Oh my God, that is fucking incredible. Matter of fact, I could totally watch this on loop. Man, just all day long. It's honestly one of those things you could watch on loop. Just every single one. You feel those guys get hit in the face with gas. They're like, ah, shit, we didn't know that was going to happen every single time. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, man, that tickles me. That tickles me. Don't rob people when they're paying gas. And don't rob anybody, period. You deserve what you get. Man, this fucking guy. Sometimes there's people that I just call radio dipshits. Radio dipshits who like, I don't know, man, there's really no other way to put it, because why would you ever get your fucking station tattooed on you? If you've ever been in radio for any length of time at all, you know that it's super easy to get fired. And sometimes it just comes out of nowhere. Man, you got the station tattooed on you, and then you got fired. I don't know how long this dude's been at whatever country station this is. Mason Schroeder from the Mason and Remy team on the morning drive on whatever fucking country station that is. And I don't know. Anyway, that show's no longer there, and that guy has that fucking tattoo to remind him of that shitty job he had one year. Oh, man. What a sorry sap. All right, I got this story. It's for no other reason than I thought it'd be funny to bring it, and fun to bring my great friend Brian Pfeiffer in, because like me, that's the right word, like me, he is also a big fan of the show Dawson's Creek. Hi, Brian Pfeiffer.
Hey, man, I'm so happy, finally, all these years of you doing a podcast, and there was finally something I have knowledge of that I could talk to you about.
Hey, which, honestly, it's really sad that it's Dawson's Creek in this case. Now, I will say that the story that I have about Dawson's Creek is a really long story that I am not going to get into because it's way too many details. But it's about how the Dawson crying GIF was created. Everybody knows the Dawson crying GIF. So like when I say it's a really long story, it's like this big long oral history that I'm not going to get into. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Of course you do.
Sure, absolutely.
Dude, do you know what show it's from? Do you know that at the title of the episode?
I don't know the title of the episode, but I know that it was towards the end of season 3, I believe.
It was the end of season 3. It was the season 3 finale. True Love was the the title of that episode, and that was when Dawson told Joey to go be with Pacey, and that's what led to Dawson to cry. Now, here's the thing. Just before we started recording, you had no idea that I also like Dawson's Creek.
I had no clue. Like, you and I are very different people when it comes to television and music and movies. There's a lot of stuff we disagree on. And never in my wildest dreams would I expect you to watch Dawson's Creek.
Dude, honestly, to this day, I'm sort of ashamed of it. Like, I watched it in the Army, with a bunch of infantrymen, like whatever Wednesday night, Friday night, I can't remember what night of the week, but it was like our soap opera that we all got together, and like 8 of us got together and watched Dawson's Creek and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and then like would have fucking discussion groups about it afterwards. I can't even believe it happened. It was but it's in Korea when there's nothing else on.
Dude, there is nothing better than the mental image you just gave me of a bunch of manly military men sitting around eating food, watching Dawson's Creek and Buffy the Vampire. So that just makes me so happy.
Getting hammered. Dude, honestly, do you watch? I never finished watching the series. I only watched it for a few seasons. I kind of know what happened. Now, here's the thing. I went to revisit it at some point after I got out of the Army, and I'm like, oh, wow, this show is really fucking terrible.
Honestly, I try to convince my wife to watch some of the shows that I watch, which include Dawson's Creek and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I was like, just give it a chance. It's so good. And as we were rewatching parts of it, I thought to myself, holy shit, this is totally garbage. Like, the storyline, the acting in it is so bad, which is why that meme is hilarious, because his cry is so over the top stupid.
Oh, it's so bad.
It just looks like bad acting. And don't get me wrong, I actually really like James Vanderbeek. I like some of the movies he did. Varsity Blues, great movie. I really like that flick. But, and just a side story, just because I think it's hilarious, when he was filming that and he was on the field as a football player, the other team would go, I don't want to wait. Come on,
Yeah.
over there, and fuck with him. And I thought, that's awesome.
Of course they did. They have to. He deserves it every fucking day for being a part of that show. You know, nobody knows what that guy's doing anymore. Same as Pacey. What are they doing? Nothing. Only everybody knows is Katie Holmes. Actually, I don't know what the fuck she's doing now. But Michelle Williams, she's the only one that anybody takes seriously now.
Yeah, they take her pretty serious. She did a lot of artsy films that were pretty successful. But Pacey, you know, he had the Mighty Ducks series. Joshua Jackson, the guy that played Pacey.
Is he in that new? Is he in that new reboot?
No, he had just had a
Bullshit.
kid, and they said that they'd like to have him in on season 2 because a lot of it was COVID related, where you had to literally live where they were filming for a month and test negative the entire time.
Honestly,
So, like,
the fact
only
the fact that you fucking know that is really funny to me.
all right. So I watch the Mighty Ducks TV show now on Disney Plus because I'm a fucking nerd. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's actually not terrible. It's a little bit more campy than the movies were, but yeah. So yeah, I just had read about it because some of the stars, well, some of the actors from there, I don't want to say stars because most of them aren't really doing much anymore, came and did the series. This last episode showed up, and
Dude, it's, you know what it is? It must have been just like a prisoner of the moment when it was on and I was trapped in Korea. It's like nothing else to do. There's no women around. And you're just a bunch, and just watching this fucking soap opera with a bunch of dudes, you know? And then you get out of that scenario and like, oh, this show sucks.
I think when you're drinking alcohol and bullshitting with your buddies, like, I feel like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like anything's acceptable. I had a group of friends that got together, and the original Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, every week we'd get together and watch it. This is guys and girls, but it was a thing. Like, I don't know, it wasn't great television, but we all got together and watched it. So I think if you're watching with your friends, it makes it a little bit more interesting or better than it is because, you know.
It makes it more tolerant. Like, there's this level of forgiveness that goes with it. If it's your friends that are, you're like, well, yeah, but it's not me. It's my friends that watch it, and they're just there, and I hang out with my friends. You can at least get away with that. That's like whenever somebody said, hey, Smitty, what are you doing? Oh, I'm hanging out at a race party watching the NASCAR. What the fuck are you watching NASCAR for? I'm like, dude, my friends make great food. That's all you got to do.
Mean, you just got to find the positives of any situation.
Yeah.
Let me ask this, because you're in a group of men, military men, watching the show. Who sided with Dawson versus who sided with Pacey? Who wanted Joey to end up with Dawson, or who ended up with Pacey?
I don't know. I don't remember what anybody else thought. I can't even remember what I thought. I just remember thinking that none of those guys were good enough for Joey.
You know, you're right. Dawson was a toxic-ass boyfriend, and Pacey was just trash all around. His whole family was garbage.
Yeah. He's a real piece of work.
So I'm still to this day, though, pissed off. I know this is stupid. I'm almost 40 years old. The fucking show's been off the air for God knows how long. And anytime somebody brings up Dawson's Creek, I end up in a tirade about how it's bullshit. Joey went off with fucking Pacey when her whole life she wanted to be with Dawson, and then Dawson finally comes around and realizes he's in love with her, and she's like, nah, I want the bad boy.
Yeah. Yep. I never saw it the same way after that. It was all out the window for me.
Nice guys finish fucking last, and
Yep.
Dawson is the exact proof you need.
Yep. Pussy's
But
loose.
yeah, we were so obsessed. It wasn't just me. It was my brother who was older than me, my sister. Like, it was videotaped figure out why. Now that I've rewatched some of the episodes, I just don't get it.
Honestly.
I mean, the way they talked was ridiculous. No high school students
Nope.
had the vernacular to speak like it. Just no, it was not a thing.
Nope.
Did I use vernacular right? Was that correct?
I think so.
Okay, I had to check because I really don't know. I wanted to sound like I was on Dawson's Creek for a half a second there.
I think we've covered our hatred of Joey and our mutual realization that Dawson's Creek actually sucks.
Yeah, terrible show, garbage show. But James Vanderbeek, I love you, man. Good dude.
Fuck that guy. All right, Brian Pfeiffer. Thanks, man. Honestly, this is some of the grossest shit that I can think of. It has to be. And I've read about these before. Fatbergs in England. There have to be some in the United States. I mean, I know it's a different sort of sewer system, but fatbergs. This is a picture of this dude holding one, this person holding one. And I'm like, it doesn't even look like you're wearing gloves. It's totally gross. A fatberg. There's one in London. Weighs 330 tons. It is clogging the sewer in England. A mammoth mass of waste. It's more than a half-mile in length. They don't know the true extent of the blockage until it's removed, and it's likely the biggest they've ever dealt with. Ew! What is a fatberg, you ask? Well, burgeon. It is essentially fat. Everything else you like. Bacon fat, things you cook with, like wipes, diapers, why did I say it like that? Diapers, and sanitary products being flushed. Now here's our advice is to always leave leftover cooking fat to cool before you do that. That's probably a no-brainer, right? I am guilty of some of that sometimes. I try to not. Sometimes I don't think. But I don't know why they felt the need to include what it meant. Fatberg is a word of a mix of fat and iceberg. Clearly that's what it is. And it's totally gross. And we are just terrible. But that's it on the What the Hell Everything podcast, you guys. I want to thank you. I appreciate you joining. And, of course, we've got the new Patreon page, $3 a month. Got a brand new video edition of the Rock and Roll Roundtable album review podcast. That is up now. And that's I put that on a few days before, up to a week before the audio drops on Spotify. Also, yes, on Spotify now. Hit up that Patreon, Spotify, YouTube on the video editions of the What the Hell Everything podcast. Really appreciate you checking out the podcast, guys. And what the hell everything. What the hell everything?